This is why most early supporters of the 401k system now say it's a complete failure. First, let's look at Herbert Whitehouse. He was one of the first big proponents of the 401k system 35 years ago when he was a human resource executive at Johnson & Johnson. Today, he's 65 years old, and he's had a little bit of a change after he took a major hit in 2008. See, most people in 2008, 2009, during that crash, lost half of everything that they had in their 401k system, and they simply didn't have enough time to regain traction and build that money back up. And Whitehouse is just one of many, many people, of early supporters who have changed their mind about the 401k. I'm reading this from bankonyourself.com. It says, a recent article in which the Wall Street Journal reveals how pre-retirees at all income levels are falling short, way short, of the amount of money they need to be able to retire comfortably. Fully half of those between 50 and 64 years old have less than 1 year of their income saved. Think about that. Less than 1 year. How are you supposed to retire with less than a year of income? The top 10%, which are those making $251,000 or more annually, have an average of only 2 years of income saved. That means if they're making $251,000, even they can only survive on their current 401k system for about 2 years. After that, back to work. Now the article mentions that financial experts recommend that people amass at least 8 times their annual salary just to be able to retire. Those experts ought to have their heads examined because even a $1 million nest egg would provide you only $28,000 a year at the current recommended withdrawal rate of around 3%. If a person is well into the top 10% and makes $500,000 a year, and like the average pre-retiree has a nest egg of 2 years of his or her gross salary, that's $1 million. So if they withdrawed roughly 2.8% per year, that comes out to $2,333 a month, which is only 5.6 of their current monthly income of $41,667. For a person who makes $100,000 a year and saves $200,000 for retirement at 2.8%, you can withdraw $5,600 a year, or that's $467 a month. Good luck. Now, compare that to a pre-retirement income of $8,333 a month. How far do you think that $467 is going to go? Not very far, right? So financial experts who don't want their clients to run out of money before they run out of life are recommending you stash away 10 to 20 times your annual household income. So let me ask you a question. How many times your annual income do you currently have saved up for retirement? Unfortunately, even if you do manage to save 10 to 20 times your current income, there's no guarantee that you'll be able to retire comfortably. Because if you're saving primarily the way most people do in retirement accounts that rise and fall in value with the stock market, then you have no clue what your retirement account will be worth when you're ready to tap into it. And that is the biggest reason that the 401k is doomed from the very get-go. Like we always say, if you do not have a guaranteed value of how much you're going to have retirement, then you do not have a retirement plan. Let's just think about this for a second. You go into an office and you say, I want to retire. And they say, okay, you want to retire. Great. We're going to sell you this thing called a 401k. And you go, okay, sounds good. How does it work? And they say, well, you're going to take some of your money and you're going to put it over here into this account and it's going to grow and grow. And then in 30 or 40 years, when you're ready to retire, you're going to use that money. And they say, okay, sounds good. How do I know if it's working or not? Oh, that's a great question. We're going to look at it in 30, 40 years and see if it worked. Now, if it didn't work, it's a little bit too late to make any changes. No one would fall into that trap if that was the actual way that they sold them, but that's not how they sell them. And that's why so many people have embraced the infinite banking concept. It worked for the Rockefellers, Nike, Starbucks, Disney, JCPenney's, Wells Fargo, even Disneyland was started using infinite banking. It lets you know the guaranteed minimum value of your account on the day that you want to retire, and every step along the way you can check it. Now, another big reason that a lot of the champions of the 401k have kind of changed their tune is because of the high fees charged in 401k plans that can siphon off a third or even half of your entire retirement over time. In fact, even the man who created the thing, he's known as the father of the 401k, Ted Bennett, went on record and said that it is an out-of-control monster he wished he could blow up and start over again. He said, and I quote, "I've helped open the door for Wall Street to make even more money than they were already making." You got that right, Ted. In fact, the mutual fund industry lobbied Congress to ensure employers would be able to automatically put your hard-earned retirement savings into pricey mutual funds, mostly target date funds. That gives you no guarantees whatsoever. It's just one more reminder that the only guarantee Wall Street makes you is that they're going to make money whether you make money or lose money. But it's not too late to take back control of your financial future. Let me ask you this. How would you feel if you knew the minimum guaranteed value of your retirement plan on the day you're going to retire, and you can check it constantly at every point along the way? How would it feel to have your retirement account grow money every single year guaranteed and never lose? How would it feel to never again worry about a market crash taking out half of your nest egg, like what happened in 08 and 09? How would it feel to have tax-free access to your retirement savings when and how you want, with zero penalties and no restrictions for accessing your money too soon or waiting too long? Lastly, how would it feel to increase your lifetime wealth by hundreds of thousands of dollars simply by using your plan to pay for major purchases rather than financing or leasing or even paying cash? You know how to reach me. Drop me a DM, comment, help, anything. The information is free. What do you got to lose?